The golden nameplate gleamed mockingly under crystal lights. Desperate trophy wife, table 12. Laughter rippled through the corporate ballroom as Victoria Sterling read the cruel words. Her husband Marcus's colleagues exchanged knowing smirks, especially his new business partner Elena, whose manicured fingers traced his arm possessively. Victoria's emerald dress, the same one she wore when they first met at the tech conference where she was the keynote speaker, seemed to burn against her skin. She lifted her champagne flute with steady hands, smiled serenely, and walked toward the exit. But first, she paused beside the company president, whispering something so quietly only he could hear. 5 years ago, Victoria had been Silicon Valley's rising star. Her AI algorithms revolutionized predictive analytics, making her startup worth millions overnight. Marcus was the venture capitalist who saw her brilliance before anyone else. He called her the architect of tomorrow, and meant it. They fell in love over late-night coding sessions and shared dreams of changing the world. When Marcus proposed, Victoria made the biggest mistake of her life. She believed love meant sacrifice. She sold her company shares to fund his expansion, moved her entire operation under his corporate umbrella. "We're building something together," he promised. "Equal partners in everything." But success has a way of rewriting history. As Marcus's company soared using her innovations, the narrative shifted. Trade publications started calling him the visionary behind revolutionary AI. Victoria became the supportive wife in photo captions. Board meetings excluded her. Her own algorithms were patented under his name. Tonight's humiliation was meant to be the final blow. Elena's attempt to erase Victoria completely. What they didn't realize was that Victoria had been planning her exit for months. Every patent filing, every corporate document, every line of code bore her digital fingerprint. She had built the foundation of Marcus's empire, and she knew exactly which pillar to remove to bring it all crashing down. The whisper to the president was simple: check tomorrow's patent audit. You'll find some interesting ownership discrepancies. Victoria didn't go home to cry. She went to her secret office, a penthouse she'd been renting under her maiden name for 6 months. By morning, her lawyers had filed 17 patent reclamation suits. By noon, Marcus's stock price plummeted 40%. By evening, federal investigators were asking questions about intellectual property theft. The media feeding frenzy was swift and merciless. Tech giant built on stolen innovation screamed the headlines. Marcus's carefully crafted image crumbled as former employees came forward with stories of Victoria's uncredited contributions. Elena distanced herself quickly, releasing a statement about newly discovered concerns regarding corporate governance. 3 weeks later, Victoria stood in her new corner office overlooking the city. Her independent consulting firm already had 5 Fortune 500 clients eager to work with the real architect behind Sterling Analytics. Marcus had called 17 times. She answered once, only to say, "You wanted to erase me from your story. Consider it done." The divorce papers cited irreconcilable differences. Victoria kept her intellectual property and walked away from everything else. She didn't want his money. She wanted her name back, her work recognized, her legacy restored. On the final day of proceedings, Marcus approached her outside the courthouse. "Was destroying everything we built worth it?" he asked, looking genuinely confused. Victoria adjusted her designer blazer, bought with profits from her new venture, and smiled the same serene smile from that night at the gala. "I didn't destroy anything, Marcus. I simply took back what was always mine. The difference is, this time everyone knows my name is on it." She walked away without looking back, her heels clicking confidently on marble floors. Sometimes the best revenge isn't noise. It's the quiet sound of doors closing on your own terms, leaving others to face the ruins of their own making. In the end, Victoria learned that being erased from someone else's story just means you're free to write your own masterpiece.